What is up? Oh man, T. Jamber, whatever that name is. Delicious. What is up? How is your day? What is going on? Tell me everything. And let me first do some administration. Twitter. Let's go. And of course, Discord, where the army of the high value engineers come together. Like this. Hoppa. Oui. Something went wrong. Where's my chat? What is up, boys? Interstellar, Arcadius. Just a second. It's technical difficulties. I'm not gonna lie. What is this? My OBS chat is broken. Damn. I'm in trouble. Let me quickly fix this. Hop. I can't. Oh man. Hold on, boys. So we're gonna do today some decentralized poker shenanigans because we need to make some progress on that game. I was thinking about this. It's gonna be hard. Listen, it's gonna be quite a challenge. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be a challenge, but hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna make it work. I promise. Pinky swear. Let me first. Yo, when is this timed out? This Nightbot, man, is no joker. I told you, man. You cannot. Nightbot will kick your ass. It is what it is. But let me first. What is this? Find my way to. Man, how did I do this? Docs, chat. Yes! It's working again. Live chat. Let's go. I won't be staying today, but always supporting the bros. What up, Johannes? Hey, it's all good. I'm just doing these streams, these decentralized poker stuff as a chill stream. And you can watch how I do things, and you can also don't watch and play Overwatch 2 or something else, right? Chill. Netflix and chill. Ice Bear, what up, man? Ice Bear, always present. This guy, man. This Ice Bear... It's already over 10, 20 subs. Yeah, man, it is what it is. YouTube is exponential, right? I mean, look, YouTube works. Or you make a video. You make one good video each week. Or each week, for example. One good video where you collect information and you edit like a pro, right? And you spend the week editing that video and you get a lot of viewers and a lot of subscribers. Or you do like me, where I am not the cheap dopamine content, right? So I cannot edit it specially, right? I'm just coding. You cannot edit that. So what I need to do is make a lot of content, right? And I do. So in the day I prepare content, I make a video, and in night I stream. So it's basically a 24-hour job, but it is what it is. So it takes a lot of effort. I'm not gonna lie. It takes a lot of effort. The end. Congratulations on the first 1,000 subscribers. I wish you to get 10,000 by the end of the year. That's gonna be a challenge. I'm not gonna lie. Federico, hey man, what is up? VIP Patreon, by the way. Present, sir. Ice Bear, always present. This guy is... Ice Bear is no joker, guys. He is no joker. Okay, so look, I'm gonna do the make run to start to see where we are, and we are ping-ponging messages. We are ping-ponging messages because we somewhat fucked it up. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do a quick... So I was mentioning in the previous stream that we need to have a list. We need to keep a list of all the players sorted. So we can pick the next on the table, we can pick the previous on the table and all that stuff, so we don't ping pong with each other. So that's what I'm gonna try to do today. That's what I'm gonna implement today. Yeah. So the first I'm gonna do is handle Ank deck. I'm gonna comment this out. I'm gonna return null. And then I'm gonna say this players list, right? This players list is a slice of player, pointers to player, and I'm gonna make the players list itself. It's gonna be this. And the reason why I'm doing this is so I can actually do a sorting mechanism. I want to sort this list. So, although this is a player structure, right? We're going to say something like L or list. It's going to be a players list. Len. What's going on here? Int. And we're going to say return len list. And I'm going to say swap y j int. So from time to time I will do these streams about specific topics, right, where we can interact, and then these are these advanced streams where you can just, hey, enjoy the show and ask some questions, and we're gonna take it easy and all that stuff. Icebear, I understand nothing. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Icebear, listen, it doesn't matter. You just need to... I know a lot of people don't understand what's going on, but this is not about... Some parts of what I'm doing you will understand, and some parts you won't. But it doesn't matter. It's the way I think. It's the way I do stuff. It's the way I move around. It's the way I name things, the way I approach things that you need to copy. You need to copy, and you need to do the same. And that's how you're gonna get better. And piece by piece, it's gonna make more and more sense. I know it sounds. It's the same thing if you're a gamer and you're a League of Legends player or a Counter-Strike player, and you watch these pro matches, right? These pro gamers and pro match. Most of the time, you don't understand what these guys are doing, right? It's very enhanced and very specific, complex. But you're trying to mimic their behavior to enhance your own game, to enhance your own gameplay. And after a point in time, you will reach your tipping point, and you will be the same. Okay, so we're going to do len swap, and we're going to do less, and that's basically the interface for sorting, and you will see. So we're going to say list y, list j is going to be the same. It's going to be the reverse. We're going to say list j and list y. That's the swap function, and then we're going to say func list players list less, and this basically determines who is bigger. And this is my j key. It's annoying. Bull. And then we're going to say here, because list is a players list, we're going to say list y listen at... Oh, wait, we need to... Because the listen address here is basically a string, right? It's going to be something like this, right? Something like this is going to be the list, right? And most of the time, for example, it will be like this, where, for example, we have 5,000 here, right? But we want to have this sorted. It's all about the vibe and the attitude. Yes, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is, right? So we're going to sort this. So we're going to say port. We're going to skip the error, and we're going to say we're going to be list y listen address, but we need to say string conf, and I think it's atoy. Is it atoy? Yes, atoy. So we're going to convert the string to an int, but of course we have this this colon here, right? So we cannot convert this to an int, but hey, we just do this, right? Is that a thing? Wait, so list y, yeah, listen address. Wait, I'm gonna do something nasty, not gonna lie. Wait. Is it? Yeah. It's going to be port Y. And this is going to be port J. And then we're going to say port Y smaller than port J. Return. Look at this. Alright, so then we're gonna, so now we can sort, right? Now we're gonna say this is gonna be a players list, right? Oh man. Dex received, I'm gonna out of here. I'm gonna delete some stuff. This, all out of here. Put the mic a little bit higher. This deal cards, I'm gonna, what's going on here? Yeah, I'm gonna delete this function. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? Add player, that's what I need. Add player, that's where the magic happens. So we're adding this player, right? The first thing we're gonna do is add ourselves to that list. We need ourselves. So we're gonna say, wait. Federico had something. Don't forget to change the Y in the less. Yeah. You see, that's what my Vim, my GG, if I press G, the G key, then it's I cannot literally press the G key. I need to do G and then escape. It's crazy, but it is what it is. Sometimes, yeah, thank you, Federico. Indeed, copy paste shenanigans, right? Yes, copy paste. Thank you. You see, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to hear. People paying attention. Wait, because. So the first thing we're gonna add ourselves. So we do add player. That's good, right? Yeah. Where is new? Man, here. So can we do something like G add player here, and we say the adder, and then a status. That's gonna be game status waiting for cards, right? Okay, let's do some logging. First we're gonna see if the listing works, and then we're gonna do some nice tricks. Dex receipt can be gone. This thing, land players connected with lock. You see, we only use this if I do GD. We only use this here, so we can delete this function. I want to keep it as clean as possible because you know how it goes, right? If you make a big project and you come in, you come out, and you come in, and before you know, it's a mess. And we don't want that because it's already it's a complex thing. So we're going to say the players, right? That's going to be the game state player list. Players list, yeah. And then let's see what's going on here real quick. Yeah. So you see we have this pointers, right? Pointers. So we're gonna fix this, right? We're gonna say, actually I think the only thing we need to fix is the player. We could say, for example, func p player string, which is going to return a string, and we're going to say fmt as printf, and we're going to say something like the status, no, the listen address and the status maybe, right? And we could say p listen address and p status, yeah. And we need to return this, yeah. And if we do this again, that's gonna be better. All right, so we have players. We have 2 players. We have 3,000 and a 4, and yeah, they're just doing their thing. We're gonna add some more players to make it a little bit testabler, if that's a thing. So we're gonna say C, and then we're gonna sleep and add C to the game. Make run again. And these things, I wanna delete these loggings. These are basically cluttering up, right? So now we can see we have all these players. We have 5, 4, and 3. And you can see if we wanna, if these players need to check, hey, what position on the table am I, right? That's very important because we're gonna, the button, we have the big blind, small blind. We need to deal who is behind us, who is in front of us. It could be that we are the last in the list, so the next one should be the beginning of the list again. So it needs to be sorted. It's very, very, very important. And we're gonna fix this, right? Game state. Where I think we want to sort at add player. I think that makes a lot of sense, right? We're gonna say add player. And if you have the VIP plugin, you can actually do slash thingy and then search for things. But if you don't have it, you can do your command panel or your search panel. I think it's Control P, but I am rebinded everything on Windows to match my Mac. So you do Control P, I think, and then you can say add, right? And then you can say add player. But the problem is, look, it's nasty because then I need to take my mouse and search something or use my keys, but I don't have any arrow keys. So I just type in the word add player like this, and then we are at add player, and hey. You should get used to that. Never scroll your file to find functions. Or don't do that. It's bad. It's bad behavior, right? Literally, if I do an interview or something, which I actually never do, I never let people do something live because it's the cause of all evil. But if I can see a coder, a programmer looking through his files with his mouse to find something, then I know what time it is. Then I know what time it is. And you know what time it is, right? It's my time. All right, so add player. So what we're gonna say is here. No, we need a function here. No. And then I can press N. The N button will increment every search. You see? N. Next, actually. Right, so we're gonna add a player. We're gonna do all the shenanigans. Add it to the list here, right? And then we could say G players list. No. Yes, we're gonna say sort this players list. Right? And that should actually work, I think. That should actually work. Let's see. It didn't work. Did I saved? You see, they are not sorted, right? Let's go. I'm confused. Did I make an error? But now you're scrolling to your file. Yeah, I know. Because I don't know what I'm searching for. Normally this should work actually. Let me see. We do the len, yes, the swap. Yeah. Less. Maybe we have an error here. Maybe we have a little error here. Print a len. Port Y. That's why you should actually check errors, to be honest. But hey, sometimes. Yeah. Wait, so we have yeah. List Y. And then we say listen address. Is it this then? Am I retarded? Yeah, of course. I'm stupid. My bad, guys. So basically, if people don't know what this is, this basically means if you say, for example, 10, then you will only receive the values 10 places further in the list. So why do we say 1? Because our ports, right? Our ports is this, 3000, right? So if so the list is basically, if a string is basically also a byte slice, right? So it's basically this. We have the column 3000, right? And if we say give me this, right? Then we basically only return this, right? If that makes sense. And that's a problem. So it should be sorted, but the way, because it didn't work, is because I made a mistake. That happens. And normally it should be sorted right now. Yeah, you see, now they are all sorted, right? So everybody is perfectly fine in the list, and that's what we need. Although I see waiting for cards, but this guy has shuffle and deal, and these guys don't have it. Because this is probably the 3000, it's a 5000. Yeah, of course, because yeah, we're gonna fix that later on, because they don't know that he's a dealer. Okay, so what we need to do is basically, we need to do a round trip. So if we open up this, 3000 is the dealer, because we hard-coded that for now, right? If we start a new game, we could basically pick it now. If we have this list, and we have these mechanics, these sorted lists, we can basically pick a random dealer and start the game. But now we hard-coded that the 3000 guy with the listen address 3000 with the port 3000 is the dealer. And he's gonna shuffle the deck, he's gonna encrypt each card, and he's then gonna send it to 4000, right? 4000 receives that, he's gonna shuffle the deck, encrypt this with his key, and send it to the next guy on the table, and that's 5000, right? And 5000 should shuffle the deck, encrypt it, and send it to the next guy. Who is the next guy? The dealer again. So if the dealer notifies that we have a round trip in the shuffle, then we can start dealing the cards. And now we need to do some crazy shenanigans with indexing these things and encrypting each card with an index key and but hey. So whoa. How are you gonna fix this? Good question. Let's start with initial shuffle and deal. So we say deal to player, right? That was basically our implementation from the previous stream where we said, hey, deal to 0. But that's not good. First of all, we need to find a way to get the next player on the table. So we're going to say G game state get next position on table, right? And then we're going to say, we don't need to say anything. We're going to return an int. We're going to return an index, right? Maybe I can document this a little bit better. We're going to say returns the index of the next, what's going on here, of the next player in the players list, like this, right? Now I need to think, how are we going to get the next position? We first need our own position, right? How do we know this? Get position on table. It's going to be an int. And we're going to say get position on table returns the index of our own position on the table, right? How do we know that? Well, we're going to say for index player and G players list. And we're going to say if G listen address equals player. What's going on here? Player listen address. Doesn't that exist? This? What's going on here? Where's this? Invalid type. Oh. That's crazy. What is this then? You know what? Fuck the shenanigans. So we're gonna say len it's hard to think. Players list, and then we're gonna say if if players list listen address, no, y listen address equals the G listen address, then we're gonna say return the index, and otherwise we're gonna panic actually here, and we're gonna say player does not exist in the player map in the players list. That should not happen. Something like that, right? So we're gonna say we're gonna say our position equals get position on the table. I just showered and all that water is in my ear, man. Now we're gonna say something like check if we are on the last spot, on the last position, on the last index, on the last position of the table. Now we're going to say something like for again, len players list No, that's not true. We don't need a loop. How can I check this? Basically, if len, I think it's something like if len G players list -1 yeah. So if we are the last one at our players list, that basically means we need to return 0, right? So check if you are at the last position on the table. If so, return first index 0, right? And otherwise, why do we loop here actually? Otherwise, we need to return our position +1, right? If that's correct. All right, get next position on the table. Yes, yes. So deal to player is going to be get next position on the table. That's not true. That's going to be G players list. Just want to say I will play this video later today. Hey, Salat, no worries, man. Hey, you know, I'm just streaming because if I need to record the video, I will need to spend the time anyway. So I thought, why at the evenings I stream this kind of stuff, just coding, doing my thing. If you have questions, I will answer. Nothing specifically. I will document my process as I go. And people that want to watch this and learn, perfectly fine. It is what it is. I do this because I like to watch these kinds of stuff sometimes on Twitch, actually. There are some very, very high-level streamers, low-level streamers, actually, such as Jonathan Blow, which is making his own programming language, J language. He's the creator of Braid and the Witness games. He is an insanely smart guy, and I learned a lot from him. And that's why I'm doing these streams, because I think there is some niche in viewers that want to watch these things, right? All right. Players list, deal to player. So we're dealing to the next player on the table. That's true. Okay. Now let me first fix these FMT loggings before I will... here, I already got them, right? Already got these guys. Sometimes you need to do that, like you do slash and you search for FMT, and then you press N and you search for unwanted errors and you get them out of there. And I'm thinking, what's my next step? What's going to be the next step? I think we need to fix, and I'm thinking what I need to do with this mic also. Let's delete this sometimes when you see nasty stuff. Remove. Yes, this one. Maybe we should actually uncomment this and then shuffle and encrypt. That's basically here. Shuffle and encrypt. This one. So we're going to say deal to player. So we initiate the deal. He's going to send that. We receive it. And then we're going to deal to the next player. So we need to do the next thing. The same thing, actually, right? Get next position on the table. We receive from this player. We deal. We are this, we're dealing to that other player. We need to do our encryption, I know. That's what we're gonna do this very soon. We already have that, kinda. Of course, this is gonna be G players list. Like this, yeah. Of course, brackets, hey. And now we're gonna ping pong again, right? Now it's gonna, the game, they're gonna keep dealing cards. You see? Ba 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 ba. Because nobody's stopping, right? Everybody's just shuffling, right? They're doing the shuffle. We need to fix that. So basically what happens is each time in this function, I think, in shuffle and encrypt, we need to check if we are the dealer, if is dealer, like this, but also I know what we need to do. If we are the dealer and we are receiving cards from the previous position at the table, we have a round trip, right? So I send to Bob, Bob sends to Alice, Alice sends to me. Then I know if Alice is the last player on the table, I need to stop. The round trip is complete and we can continue the next round. I think that's a good idea. So we need to have a new thing. And that's going to be... get previous position at the table. Where is this shenanigans I wrote? Here. Get next position on the table. We're going to say func g game state get pref position on table. Let's return an int and we're going to say or position again. It's going to be g get position on table. If our position is 0, right? If our index is 0, if we are if you're in the first spot, position actually maybe, first position on the table, we need to return the last index of the players list, right? And we're going to say return len g players list -1. Right? Why -1? Because some guy invented that indexes start with 0. So if there are 10 players, we need to return 10 -1 because we have the 0 value. We need to take in consideration. So if our position equals 0, what's going on here? This is going on. Semicolon. A semicolon. It's not a semicolon, it's a column. All right. So get pref position on table. So initial where is this thing? Shuffle and deal. Here. No. Shuffle and crypt. Here is this. So if you are a dealer and if you're a dealer and from equals, wait, we're gonna first do this, pref pos, pref player equals g, it's small caps, players list, g get pref position on the table. Why is it doing like this? So we get the pref player, and then we're going to say if you're the dealer and from equals to the pref player listen address. You see sometimes listen address. Then we're going to say panic. For now we're going to panic just to test. And round trip. Round trip. Is that a thing? It's time. Ice Bear. Have a nice night. And I see you tomorrow. Represent. Okay, so we're gonna get the previous player from the player list. Then we're gonna compare if we received cards from the previous player and we are the dealer, we're gonna panic for now just to say that it's the end of the shuffle round. Make run. Missing return. Where? 144. 144 here. Of course, we are stupid. We return and place. Otherwise, we return our position. -1, right? Is that a thing? And shuffle round. The question is, all right, I'm gonna bump the difficulty and add another player to see. Can we actually do, instead of this panic, the shuffle round is completed and we're gonna return here. It's gonna keep logging this, I guess. Do we want that? Wait, I'm gonna... Man, my computer is fucking... It's turning in fire. We need to update some statuses. Actually, for now, I'm gonna delete a couple things here because otherwise it's gonna be hard to debug. You see, if I make run, right, everything is fine. Shuffle round complete. But you can see that we have... If the shuffle round complete, everybody that participated in the game should be in the status shuffle and deal. That's the status they should have. And we do this here, right? Game, state, shuffle and deal. That's our game state. The first thing we need to do is basically say set player status from game status shuffle and deal. Hey, that's a thing. So 5,000 is waiting for cards, and that's perfectly fine because it could be that he was not in the game because we're booting up these things. It could be that the game... So we sleep. For every connection, we sleep 1 second, right? No, not 1 second. Is it 1 second? I think it's 1 second. It's here. 200 milliseconds. So it could be that player 5,000, port 5,000, is not yet into the player list the moment we started the game. But still, that's our own status, right? Shuffle and deal, shuffle and deal. That's fine. It's the problem if you are 4,000. We don't. You see, we don't set our own status to shuffle and deal for some reason. Diverse psych. Devira psych. Hello, I like to study and program concurrent service programs. Which kind of career I should pursue? Things like you are doing right now. What is this girls, man? Free virtual girls chat here. But Nightbot will take care of these guys. The free girls are for after the stream. Wait. Deveras, that's your name. The light is shining so hard in my eyes that I cannot even read. Deveras, that's a very nice job that you do that. That you like to program these things. But what kind of career you should pursue? That's a good question. Because most of the jobs are basically these web jobs, right? These APIs and these microservices. But in blockchain technology, that's where it's at for you, I think. Because that's a very that's the holy grail of decentralized systems, right? A lot of concurrency, a lot of servers, a lot of things. I think that's where you need to be. Because if you think about it, even though you're writing microservice or something at a company, most of the time you're just writing a simple service. That's not concurrent, right? It's just a service fetching a third-party API, returning, do some business logic, and you hand over that service to the DevOps team, and these guys deploying that on a Kubernetes cluster, and you're done, right? So there is nothing concurrent to do for you, unless you go blockchain, right? There is where the magic happens. And they are looking. It's a very hard aspect of programming. It's very hard. So they are looking for very good people, right? It's niche, but they are looking for very good people. So why is our status actually not updated, right? So our own status is not updated, although we say here, right? We say set status, game status, shuffle and deal. Deveras, thank you very much. I'll read more about that. Yeah, man, you should. And there are a lot of these layer ones and a lot of these blockchains popping up like mushrooms out of the ground. And I think they are growing so fast. They're spinning up so fast out of the ground, these new companies. It's very hard to find good developers. I'm thinking why we are not setting our own status. That's actually the dealer, right? No. Yeah, this. If you read this, I know. I see you thinking already. What the hell is going on? I know, man. I don't even know what's going on. It's just the atomic store in 32, and you need to cast that to an in32, even though game status is an in32, but it's where is game status? You see, game status is an int32, but actually it's a known type, and we need to cast that to an int32 and all that stuff. It is what it is. I thought the compiler, the Go compiler, should actually fix that. But hey. Actually, this default statement. This can be deleted. This select can be deleted. And this case can be deleted. And this column can be deleted. And that's exactly the same thing. Wait, because now we have that status. What the hell's going on here? This sounds like a data leak condition, race condition. So we receive deck. So we receive the deck from 3,000 I mean, that's good. Yeah. We receive a deck from 400 again. That's fine, right? And then we say the shuffle round complete. That's perfectly fine. You see, and then what happens then you see, okay, there is a new guy on the block. Why is this game status shuffle and deal? I don't know. I have no clue sometimes. Wait, I'm gonna stop. Yeah, so now we have one thing, right? So we see we are waiting for cards, shuffle and deal. Something is not quite right. Okay, if we add a player, we set the status. That's gonna be... Wait, where's this? If status is... Yeah. So basically... Adding a player should always be waiting for cards, in my opinion, unless you're a spectator, but we don't have that type. And anyway, do we need to actually support spectators? Maybe. Check need deal cards. Yes, yes, yes. Set player status. That's for it's gonna basically check our dealer, right? Where we do yeah. Then we initiate the shuffle and deal. We set the status, shuffle and deal. That's for the dealer, yes. Get positions. Shuffle and encrypt. Actually, I'm gonna remove this function and paste it actually right above this initiate, shuffle and deal. So they are grouped. And then we set the status again, so something is wrong. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna basically print F. I'm gonna say setting my own status to %s, and it's gonna be game status shuffle. What's going on here? And deal. I'm gonna type it out. And then of course a new line maybe. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. This actually makes me so scared. What the hell is going on? Damn. I just removed one. I just placed something in another order. Man, this is nasty. And you could say, why don't you test this with tests? That's true. But you're going to spend so much time making your tests to test this in a kind of a... You could do the unit tests, but the unit tests are going to work. That's not a problem. You need to test this in a distributed... how it's going to work as an integration, right? As a unit. And to make these integration tests, you're gonna make errors making these integration tests, so you'll never be sure if the coder works or not. Is the coder right? Is my test right? So we don't want to hassle with that. It's already complex enough. Trust me, been there, done that. Of course, if you want to make this for production, yeah, then you should spend a lot of time making a nice test suite, right? Making a specialized, custom tailor-made test suite for this thing to test. So you can boot it up and then you can check if everybody received the cards and all that stuff, which would help us a lot. But making such a suite, boy oh boy. It's gonna take some time, right? And something we did was with the statuses. That's the thing. I think it's this add player thing, and then here we have this this one, right? The G set player status. I think it was this one, and this one was above here, right? That should not make any difference, in my opinion. I will debug this, but hey, I will check why that is. Let's see. You see, now they are receiving statuses. Why is this actually? Is it that atomic thingy? Why do we have this waiting player for cards, by the way? Do we need to know that? Why do we need to know how many players are waiting for cards? Check niet deal cards. I don't think. Should we do that with? Is there a way? Is there a chance that if we just say, yo, no, we can't. I was thinking, can we not just deal to everyone that's in the player list, right? But maybe, like I said, I'm gonna try something real quick. Whoa, wait a second. A new player joined and is already at shuffle. Oh yeah, that's because we send our status. Yes, I see. Each time we connect, we send a handshake, right? And we give our current status, right? If so, it could be that we're already in the game and somebody connects, then we give our status to the guy that connects and saying, hey boy, I'm sorry, but we're already playing. Joe, love your energy. Been watching the series before, bed each night. Weird to say, but your voice helps me to sleep. Oh man, it's okay, my friend. I hope you have a nice sleep. I like that you started this project by creating a passing test. That's a great pattern, which I might adopt myself. Did I start this project by creating a passing test? Do I actually have a test? Nope. I do test a lot, but this is, like I said, this is hard to test because, like I mentioned, you need to put a lot of effort into making this work in this integration test. Because a unit test, I mean, what are you gonna test, right? Set status, okay, it's fine, that's easy. But setting a status in a unit test is not the same as setting a status in a distributed environment where everybody just fires bullets at you from every single corner and you don't have any shields, so you need to dodge it. It's hard, trust me. I'm still not convinced why these statuses are not... You see, I mean, we are 3000 here, but we say the player we have is waiting for cars. Wait. I know why that is. I know because... But that's a pointer in the list. Pair is a pointer, right? So I can... Why do we have this players map, actually? Do we do something with that? Not sure. This list is not protected by the lock, so I'm gonna... Should be. Anyway, let's debug this real quick, because, man, these things... Panic player does not exist in... These things are perfectly fine. Shuffle and encrypt. It's with the shuffle and encrypt where we're setting... Look at this. Setting my own status. I'm gonna even panic here. Wait, I can't. Do this. Okay, that's working. Why do I not see this log line, to be honest? What the hell? Am I blind or something? Ah, here. Wait, but we don't... This log line is garbage. We're gonna... Setting my own status. We're gonna say %s like this. And it's gonna be G listen address, right? Other, probably, yeah. So I'm setting my own status to shuffle and deal. $4,000. This is weird. You see, I missed something. I missed something, and it's gonna be super simple. It's gonna be. Why is it? It's gonna be so easy. What is this? Wait. So, where do we print our own status? It's here, right? So we say G game status. Oh, yeah, of course, man. So we are setting this status, guys. Look at this. Look, we're setting this game status instead of fetching the status from our player map. So what we need to do if we set status here, this is so annoying. Here, right? So we set the status, but we also need to do, yeah, maybe in this thing we're gonna say G set player status, right? Because our player struct is also in that list because we need to keep track of our position. So we need to say set player status is gonna be G listen address, right? Or listen address, and that's gonna be the status S, right? Damn it. Ay, caraca. Receba. Look at this. Right? Now it's clean. Now it's clean and mean. You see, it's a super simple thing, right? It's a super simple thing that I missed because we're doing... How can we prevent this? Is there a better way? Does it mean that we are fucked up somewhere? Did we misengineer this? I mean, this list... So what you could do as a unit test, right? I was just thinking about this. What you could do is test this because here is a bug. It's already a bug. So for example, each time you call add player, each time you set player status, right? And you move the player status, for example, to shuffle and deal, then you could test if the player waiting for cards is still the same value as the beginning. Because it shouldn't be, right? If everybody is at Shuffle and Deal, nobody is waiting for cards, right? And we don't adjust it, so we need to do that. And these tests are pretty useful to do because it's easy to test it as a unit, right? You could just boot up a game state, add some players manually, and actually we could test a lot of things, to be honest. Maybe we should do that in the next stream or something. Because I don't know if people, Go developers, I mean, a lot of people actually know how to test in depth. Maybe they would, because it's actually easy, but yeah, whatever. But testing HTTP server is something as a video I'm going to make very soon, because that's something not everybody knows how to do. Testing HTTP servers and all that shenanigans. So player waiting for cards. How we're going to... And to be honest, this value, I don't like this. Because right now what we need to do here is basically, oh, we could clear it actually. Because what we actually should do is basically something like this. Make a function, we're gonna say G game state and say players waiting for cards. We could do an integer or something, and we could loop over the players list, right? Like this, make it total or something. Total players should be 0 or something. And then we could say G players list, and then say if G players list Y, then status equals game status waiting for cards, right? And we could say total players plus, right? Yeah. Is that true? Probably it is. Total players like this. Because this eliminates the shenanigans we need to do with this simple int32, isn't that? Although that's a safe way to check, right? Because it was atomic increment. But hey, we are doing unsafe things, so why don't set the pace? And if we discover some race conditions about this players waiting for cards thing, we could actually lock it, right? We could use a lock. Is that a good approach? Not sure, because you can actually... It's a never-ending story, right? If you use all these atomic values, it's a burden you need to drag with you. You need to keep updated, and it's going to cause issues anyway. And in worst case scenario, we just add a lock to that list and update everything and call it a day. I'm going to not delete it, but I'm going to comment it out to see. Right? So we're going to say players waiting. And what I do most of the time is, instead of deleting something, I just comment it out and copy it, actually. And change what we need to change, right? So we have some versioning. Live versioning of our thing. Players waiting. That's going to be G players waiting. Players, you see? Typos all the time. Players waiting for cards, like this. Man. And then, of course, this is this int32. We don't need this anymore, which is actually, it's already a win. Yeah. We already use his status. Yeah, that's fine. To atomic increment adjust. I think we're good. Clear, make, run. And I think we have a round trip complete, by the way. What is going on here? 2, 6. Yeah, we can delete this. I'm gonna test and then we're gonna clear these things out. Make run. Handshake. Yeah. That's perfectly fine. I'm gonna do one more test, basically. One more go. And that's adding a new player. One, two, three, four. What the hell is going on here? I'm confused, I'm not gonna lie. What the hell? A, B, C, B, C. He connects with C, right? Yeah. Some relics from previous episodes, man. Let's see what's going on here. A lot of players. Player E not declared. Of course, I commented out, my man. Are you joking? Yeah, of course. These two players basically are not joining the system. And that's because we're too fast, right? Because we in our check is basically each time a player connects and we are with 2, we just go, right? We just go heads up. And everybody coming later need to wait. So it's actually working fine as intended, right? We could say, for example, yeah, but heads up, we don't play that stuff, and wait for at least 3 players. We could do that. But now they go heads up, right? And if that round is complete, what we could do actually, is because our round trip is our shuffling round trip is complete, what we could do is basically say, make a function start next round or something, where we clear the game. Although we still need to play it, but we could make something to clear it, so we could test that if we clear the game, the rest of the players join the shuffle mechanic, right? That's something we could do actually. Why not? Why we could do that right now? And then in the next, because I need to check if what I want to do fits in the couple minutes, half an hour or something, and I don't think it will fit. The next step is basically shuffling the cards, the 2 cards, right? Because now the deck is completely shuffled. Everybody has shuffled the deck, and the next step is to shuffle 2 cards or something. I need to check the documentation on that shuffle mechanic. And once that happens, we need to do some nasty encryption, but we're going to leave that for later on. And then we're going to move to pre-flop phase, right? Pre-flop phase, then we're going to go to flop phase, river and turn. Turn and river, excuse me. And I think that's going to be okay. I think this is the worst, in my opinion. I think the rest of the game is going to be okay. But this, I think this is the worst. The shuffle mechanic and all that stuff, and the statuses. I think once we figure that out, which we almost have, right? We almost figured it out. It's kind of working. Once we have a good approach to do that in our code base, I think it's going to be okay. Marek, hi Anthony. Do you use sometimes debugger? Never, ever. I don't use it. And it's not that it's good to not use it. I think using Delve or something is nice. It's very nice. But I think you should use it. If you can and you're used to it, you should use it in some cases, right? But listen, when do you want to use a debugger, right? A debugger it's nice to check the values of something, right? But I mean, what's the difference? For example, let's say you're in your code, right? You're in your code base, and you have a value here. For example, value that's going to be 100, right? Or it's going to be x, and x, we don't know what x is. We're going to say var x equals 100 here, right? Because then we cannot see it in our thing. So value is x, right? And let's make sure the compiler doesn't complain, right? And something is wrong in your code base, and you have a clue that it's somewhere here, or I don't know, because you place a breakpoint or something, whatever. Right? But what I do is basically you could either do panic the value, right? You could do panic the value like this, right? And then just run your code. Like run, boom, and then you see it's panic 100. Okay. I'm using these nasty these nasty tricks. I'm not gonna lie. Is it a good way to go? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna. In some cases, I'm gonna be debugging faster than you are with Delph or with another debugger. But also in some cases, you are gonna be much more efficient than I do. Because in some cases, you're gonna win in speed, and in some cases, I'm gonna win in speed. So this is what it is. I'm not used to it. Although back in the days I used that in C++ shenanigans, but no. And you remind me, maybe I should use it more. Not quite sure. Games are great content. You've motivated me to get back on the coding grind, learning a lot to keep doing. You, Anthony, yeah, man. Are you a coder or you're just trying to learn how to code? Games are. Let me know. If you already do something in as a day job and you want to learn a new language, or you're just starting off completely from scratch, let me know. Because I have some nice tips for you. And in the meanwhile, we're gonna delete. What's going on here? I'm not on my home row. Can you imagine? The shenanigans. Do we need to delete some stuff more? This one, right? Players waiting. Atomic gun. And thank you, by the way, Gamesa. Thank you for the compliment, for the comment. These kind of comments keep me going, eh? All right, so I want to implement a way to clear the round so everybody can join the party. How can we do this? Who is actually... really a quality content here. Damian Hudek, thanks, man. Thank you so much. I'm trying my best. Although YouTube is not working in my favor with these kinds of content I'm providing. YouTube is not working in my favor. And what I mean by that is that YouTube favors short content where people try to hook you into a video, because the longer you watch a video, that's the better the algorithm works, yada, yada, yada. And my content is more long-form content, which could be boring for a lot of people. This is very niche. The people that watch these streams, you guys are gonna, as a great future for you. And not because you watch me, but just your mindset. It's not because you watch me, it's gonna make you better. Maybe it will. You will learn. I think so. But it's your mindset watching these things, right? That's what's gonna make you good. That's what's gonna make you. That's what's gonna turn you into something, into somebody that knows a lot of shit. So, like I said, YouTube is not in my favor, so I need to make a lot of content to grow as fast as these guys, publishing like how to get rich quick, how to get whatever. All right. How to learn JavaScript in 10 days, you know? It's not gonna happen, right? Everybody knows that. That is not gonna happen, but hey, people click it, right? Clear the game. How are we gonna do this? I need to think about this. Well, it's going to be... Man, I need to think about this, to be honest. I need to think about this in depth, how it's going to work. Because that's what I do most of the time before the stream. I just think about some stuff, how we should approach things. So I do not sit here like a complete monk. Being nervous, playing around with my keys. That's not going to help us. And what we also should implement is a way to to interact with this thing, because right now everything happens automatically, but of course this needs to be hooked up to some kind of a front end or at least a terminal or something, I don't know, where we can give commands to this thing to actually send something, right? So that's something we need to do, but I think that's easy. I don't think that's a problem. The most difficult part is figuring out the shuffle mechanics and find a way to progress the statuses. Once we have that, it's going to be amazing. Games are, I studied software development for about 3 years. This last year after graduating, I've been on and off freelancing coding on Yes for some very small projects. Struggling with imposter syndrome and stuff, but your mindset is great. Listen, imposter syndrome, listen. There isn't, the only imposter you need to find is in Among Us, right? There is an imposter, and you need to find him and kick him out of the spaceship, right? But how can I say this? There's a lot of people actually telling me the same thing, like the imposter syndrome. And I'm not gonna lie, I think sometimes myself, I think I need to clean my mic. It's crazy. I think imposter syndrome is something that everybody has for his whole life. I mean, and I think it only happens when something is getting scary, right? If everything is fine and you're in your comfort zone, there is no imposter syndrome. The only way, in my opinion, imposter syndrome happens if you need to do something, get out of your comfort zone, do something bigger than you already did, and then you feel scared because you think that people gonna think you're not good enough. I think this all the time if I need to stream. Each time I post a video, I think, oh my God, maybe there is a guy that's gonna see me code, and he's gonna know his shit, and he's gonna tell me that my code is garbage. I have this all the time, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter, my man. First job for a company with a consulate team. You need to lie, man. Listen, I lied my whole fucking life when I did these interviews with companies. I couldn't do shit. I even went to fucking school. I have an electromechanics degree. Electromechanics. My teacher in middle school told me that I was a complete nonsense and I was a shame for my parents. Yes, you, Miss Willard from the math class. God damn it. So, listen, if you have not enough experience, but you need to work, you need to make money, and you want to make money in coding, you need to lie yourself into a job. I'm sorry that I'm telling this, but I did this. I literally did. And you learn on the fly. The only thing you need to do is find a way to retrieve information and make it work at the time you need to make it work. You cannot know everything, right? You cannot know everything. The only thing you need to learn is when you need to solve a solution, a problem, you need to know where to find stuff to make it work. That's the only thing you need to do. That's what I did my whole fucking life. Literally. And you need to sell yourself. You need to market yourself. It's very important, because if you cannot market yourself, you cannot do what I did then. And it is. Figure stuff out, man. That's the only thing you need to do. That's also the only way you're gonna get better, right? You cannot know anything. You just need to be confident and just go. Blazingly faster. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna tell you a secret. Because it's gone. My concentration is completely in the dumpster, and we need to do complex stuff, and it's not gonna work out, right? But we did what we needed to do, and I'm gonna quickly, before I'm gonna shit talk a little bit and give you some things I experienced. It's pretty funny. What's going on here? Panic 100. Okay, that was the debugger shenanigans. Make run. Yeah, so we're do the shuffle round trip, and everybody should be in shuffle and deal. Of course, these two guys were too late, but we're gonna fix that probably tomorrow or something. And once we have that, we can actually do pre-flop and blah blah blah, and that would be nice. And we're making progress. No, so basically to blazingly faster, which is you remind me of the Prime agent, by the way. Only thing you need to learn is how to learn, and that's true. That's exactly true. Because I went to an interview not so long ago. I cannot name details, but and they were interviewing me. They were asking questions, right? They were asking questions, and the guys are two amazing engineers. And one of the guys said, Anthony, it seems that you know all of these stuff. You know literally everything. But if we ask you to go in depth on a specific topic, it seems you try to go around it, to avoid going into depth. And the guy was right. I could answer any kind of answer. I could basically respond with any kind of knowledge. But if you asked some questions that are super technical, I was a snake trying to dodge the bullets and trying to talk myself out of it. And I answered him, and I said, yes, that's true, because I'm an expert. I'm an expert on a topic the moment I need to be an expert on that topic. If you know what I mean. Right? So you cannot know everything in depth. But if it needs to be, I will be an expert. So do I know how to make decentralized poker engines? Hell no. Did I ever make a decentralized poker engine? Absolutely not. Will I be an expert at making these things? Probably I will when it's done. You know what I mean? So if 2 weeks ago, a company looking for a decentralized poker engine developer was interviewing me, they wouldn't hire me. Why? Because I have no experience at making decentralized poker engines. But actually, they could perfectly hire me because I would figure it out. You know what I mean? And maybe in 6 months, they will hire me because I'm an expert. You know what I mean? That's what I want to say. So, and that's also the difference between making money and making no money. Because believe it or not, the smartest people on the planet make the least money. Like all these scientists, they are fucking smart, but they don't make a lot of money because they are sitting with their tunnel vision in front of their specialization, knowing literally everything about it, but they cannot market themselves, right? If they need to sell something, they can't because they don't know how. If they need to do graphic design and make something for their website, they don't know how. If they need to, they don't know how. The only thing they know is do some scientific stuff about their topic, right? And that's why they don't make money. Although they are maybe 10 times, 100 times smarter than me. So it's better to know a lot of stuff and know where to find stuff the moment you need it. And this is what it is. And that's why these recruiters, these CTOs, these HR managers, for 99% are all trash. They are garbage. They have no clue what's going on. They have no clue what's going on. They ask you the wrong questions. They have no clue how to hire people. Are there any questions? I hope this helps you. I mentioned this before. When a recruiter asks you to do a test or asks you a question from, hey, can you explain a linked list on a whiteboard? The first thing you do is peace out. You fucking peace out. I don't know how to do a linked list on a whiteboard. I fucking choke when somebody asks me to do something, right? Man, but a linked list, I will make a linked list. If I'm on my desk, I have my music on, nobody is watching me, I'm chilling, I have coffee, I will make a fucking linked list, the best linked list ever being made, for example, right? But if somebody asked me, a recruiter, hey, can you make a linked list on a whiteboard or something, I would fucking choke, man. They don't understand that. That's why if you think that working at Google is going to make you a smart person, that's not true. You're maybe going to be rich because you're going to earn a lot of money and you'll have a lot of benefits, but it's not going to make you a smart person because you're going to learn nothing. You're going to do your algorithms, you're going to do your coding stuff each day, each and every single day, the same thing, and you're not going to know how to talk to people. You're not going to know what's going on in the world. You're literally not going to know anything. You need to work at startups. That's the place to be. If you work at startups, you can be creative. You can do anything you want, and you're going to learn how to solve problems as fast as possible with the tools at hand. Clean and fucking mean. That's what you're going to learn. You're going to learn to sit in meetings. You're going to learn to talk to clients. You're going to learn to do every single thing. You need to do the DevOps. You need to do the front end. You're going to do everything in a startup yourself, and that's going to make you a god. Trust me. Git add this, git commit. It's gonna be shuffle and deal round trip complete. Origin master. Gamezar, thank you, Anthony. Great piece of advice. Breadth over depth, able to figure out anything out before knowing something. Market yourself to get in. Yeah, man, marketing yourself. That you need to learn that. Marketing yourself. It is. You need to be the Frank Abagnale of the developers. And if it works, it works, right? If it's not gonna work out for you, then it's not gonna work out, and you go to the next one, right? You go to the next one. That is what it is. I mentioned before, I want to make a short about that story I told in a couple streams ago where I said that at a certain point of time I was working at a company, Bubble Post in Belgium, a startup. I worked there for 2 years, basically bootstrapped the whole company along with the founders, made everything in tech myself, and then another guy came in and he was forcing me out of Golang into something else, and he was friends with the CTO and yada, 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 yada. And I could not agree with him, and they kicked me out. The CEO of the company, Benjamin Reeder, kicked me out of that company once again, which is basically the story of my life because, man, I am authentic and nobody's going to tell me what to do, right? I mean, if you're right, you're right. But if you're if you're wrong, man, nobody's gonna tell me what to do. So basically, the Benjamin Reader CEO of Bubbles kicked me out 10 years ago, but he's now my co-founder. Can you believe that? He's my co-founder, right? He's my fucking co-founder because he knew. I told these guys before. I told if you're gonna fire me and gonna keep this guy, you will stay in Golang for the rest of your life. You're not gonna port this stack out. That's not gonna happen. You're in production. This guy was willing to port the Golang code to Elixir code. Can you imagine this? And I was the bad guy. Come on, I'm still angry about that motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie. So I said, okay, fire me, but believe it or not, in 2 years you're still running on Golang. And guess what? It's now 10 years later. They are still running on Golang. Those man. So now it's my co-founder, and we can laugh about this story. You can ask him himself. It's a true story. All right. Are there any more questions? Happy to resolve them. And otherwise, I think I'm gonna dip him, and I'm gonna eat my 20 grams of protein, right? And then maybe watch some cheap dopamine. I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe I need to do some Discord answers and I don't know, fix some thumbnails. Hey, it's a hard life, man. YouTube is a hard knocked life. You don't want to be in this thing. Trust me. Trust me. I think also I'm gonna make a series because a lot of people asked this from the community. Make a complete series in Golang about an API or something. Blazingly fast, for example. Make an API in Golang with a database, with a real database connection, and how to structure and how to do GBT out and all that stuff. Because apparently there are no tutorials about that. I don't know. Or maybe not good ones. I have no clue. Blazingly faster. Carbs for insulin spike. It is. Carbs. Maybe some carbs. Why not? Because tomorrow is pool day. So we're going to do the bend over rows. We need to carb it up for that shenanigans. Actually gonna quickly check how my video did about Golang slice tricks. I don't know. I was not pretty confident about that video, to be honest. 62. That's bad. Although the building of microservices in Docker is kind of it's kind of go, yeah. Top tips for thumbnails. Anyway, guys, like usual, I'm gonna wrap it up at this stage. We did what we needed to do. I'm gonna think about how we're gonna end reset the game, basically. I'm gonna think about that so we can have a smooth coding session the next time we do the decentralized poker thing, probably tomorrow, I guess. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing to the channel, jump into the Discord, give me a thumbs up, and all that good stuff. Gamezar, that's it for now. I'll keep popping up in the streams with questions, man. Hey, you can, man. You can fire any question you want whenever you want. It's all good. And if you want to talk, join the Discord or something, where we basically extracting value, gathering value the whole day. Federico, thanks for the great live, Anthony. Hey, Federico, thanks, man. Yeah, it's I think 1 hour and a half, 2 hours for me is especially in this stuff more than enough, to be honest. It's hard. because sometimes I need to think about more in depth, and I don't wanna think longer than 5 minutes. I mean, that's already too long. I don't want to think longer than 60 seconds without saying anything, because I'm always afraid that people gonna not like that on a stream, right? So that's why and this is actually a very hard topic, I'm not gonna lie. Well, not hard, it's, you need to think a lot what's going on. There's a lot of things going on, that's the thing. But hey, and I think a stream with coding, 2 hours. I think that's fine, right? Caris, hey man, just make your own programming language using Go and remake these series in your own programming language. Keep it up. Man, listen, Caris, you're telling me something. I toyed around with programming language basically my whole life. I'm not gonna lie. And I was thinking maybe we should make one, or at least start making one, but not in Go, I think. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we could in Go, but I don't think Go is a good language to create that stuff. And I think Rust is maybe better, making the parser and everything in Rust. And once we have, for example, we could compile it to C, or we could use LLVM or something, LLVM. And once we have the basics, we could compile in our own language and all that shenanigans. That would be amazing. But I don't think people like this stuff because it's very in depth, right? It's very, very, very technical. And YouTube favors beginner tutorials, not gonna lie. It is what it is. Yeah, it's better than the pre-planned content. Yeah. I know, but still, sometimes pretty difficult. All right, people, thanks for watching, and I see you on the Discord, and otherwise I see you tomorrow. And I still need to find a way to close the stream instantly after my outro. You see, I'm still a newbie in these things, so I'm gonna do it again. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next stream. Bye bye.